Well, hello, people. So I gave myself a haircut. I was gonna go to the hairdressers, and then I remembered I have a really hard time with waiting. Yeah, it's just not my thing. So I cut my hair myself today. Yeah, and I like it. It feels good because I'm gonna try to grow out my undercut. You know, just a little bit. I think I would still like the bottom half shaved, just not like the 3/4 of it that I have shaved. Because, anyway, I'm happy. But the reason why I'm on here is because I am working on multiple different projects, and while I'm doing that, I'm realizing that a lot of what I'm doing wouldn't be possible if I wasn't so focused on being in the now. And this is kind of my new kick right now, because every day now I'm finding that the more and more I become aware of when my mind, my monkey brain, right, is going into the future or going into the past, when I'm being aware of that, I'm finding how much it is causing that stress, that anxiety, even the pain in my body. A lot of it has to do with me not being in the now. Because when you're in the now, the stress, the anxiety that you would normally get, like for instance today, for the first time ever, I went and got a professional done tattoo. I've got a couple of my own tattoos that I freehanded myself, but I wanted a tattoo done professionally in a place where I can tattoo myself. So normally in the past, if I was to do something like this, the anxiety, the buildup, right, to going to this event, to this thing, meeting new people, going to a new place in a new part of a city I've never been to, it would have stressed me right out. I would have been utterly exhausted. But instead, because I didn't worry about it, I just kept doing the in the now stuff, right? Every time I feel my brain going somewhere else, I'd be like, no, I'm not being in the now. I'm thinking of the future. I'm thinking of the past. It would bring me back to the present. And I didn't have the anxiety or the buildup. It was great. And then while we were there, I actually was so much in the now that while Buddy was tattooing my arm, I was researching and starting to propagate some content I want for one of my programs that I'm building. And it was just, yeah, it was cool. Like I got to multitask and do a lot. I got a lot done because I was in the now and I wasn't worried about all the stuff I normally would have been. So I think the point I'm trying to make is that I don't know how many of you saw my last video where I talk about being in the now, but a fast way to help yourself get into the now is to realize when you are in the future or in the past, meaning you're reliving a past event, you're letting your brain, go back to a place where you've been or something that happened, some kind of an experience. And got to remember too, our memories are actually not 100% accurate. They often will, modify a memory based on other experiences, and you won't even realize the memory is being changed. Some people will say that reality shifts as we change, so our past is changing when we change. So maybe that's why memories are faulty. I don't know. Or maybe it's just our brains just mix a lot of information together and our memories tend to twist stuff, especially if there's an intense emotion in with one of your memories. Your memory's probably not going to be 100% accurate because the emotion's going to filter a lot of what's going on in that memory. So you're going to have a very lopsided memory. So, especially bad ones that create that anxiety, that want you to propagate fear into your future, they need to be ignored. As part of the letting go thing, right? You really have to let that stuff go, because as you let go of your stories and you start living in the now, you're going to realize that all those things that you did in the past, whatever they were, they're just not you now, right? That was you then. It's just not you now. So when you start doing decisions in the now, you start living in the now, and you're not worried about what's going to happen tomorrow or, whatever, it changes everything. Like, here, as an example, even my emotional capacity to self-regulate is a lot better because I'm living in the now. So in the past, I would get upset or worried because my kids would do something, and I'd spend the whole time going, oh my God, if they do that, then that's going to happen, and then they're going to fight, and this is going to happen, right? And I'm in the future, and I'm creating a problem that's not even there yet. And I'm the biggest one to say, don't create problems before they happen. Meanwhile, it's something I do quite often. So not having that weighing on me emotionally, it means that when I'm in the present, if my children need me to co-regulate with them, I'm a lot more capable. And if something stressful happens to me in the moment, because I'm not bringing up past situations or, thinking how this situation is going to affect my future, I can just deal with the in the now, the situation in the now, in the moment. And it makes you realize how capable you really are. That's the best way I can put it, because you're not borrowing a problem from the future. You're not creating one. You're not borrowing a problem from the past, reliving something that you don't need to. You're just dealing with what's coming at you right here, right now in the moment. And dude, so many of us carry past heavy burdens with us all the time, these old stories, which create these, future potentials that we live in our heads. And so we have all this anxiety and all this fear and everything's going on all the time. Whereas as soon as you let that go, as soon as you stop allowing yourself to go backwards or forwards and just deal with right now, here in this moment, you are actually super wicked strong and capable. You just don't even know it because you're so busy fighting these demons from the past and these future demons that you've created. And it's all self-created, right? So it makes a huge difference when you just focus on the now. And I had a great experience. I mean, normally I would have struggled with parking downtown because I had to park downtown on one of the main streets. It was really busy and it was only 2-hour parking. So, I was kind of concerned. Now, I'm not worried about my parking skills. That wasn't my problem. It was just, in the past, I would have had in my head, like, oh, if I park here now and I'm getting out right around rush hour and I might not be able to get out and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I would have created problems and I wouldn't have just did what I did. Whereas today I just did what I did and it was great. So again, the fastest way to get into the now is to acknowledge, to become aware when you're thinking of the future, something that hasn't happened yet, which may or may not happen the way you think it will. Probably not the way you think it will. Or the past, which may or may not have happened the way you think it did. Yeah. It's a true story, though. It may not have happened the way you think it did. It's just the way you're remembering it. So as soon as you step out of those two places and you deal with right here, right now, you're going to find life becomes a lot easier. And it's a key component to any spiritual journey or holistic healing. I'm creating a program now to help people with some holistic healing. I have to come up with a name, but I'm working on it. AI has become my new best friend. It puts my thoughts in proper order for me because my thoughts are like all at once, immediately, like poof, dumped. So I'm like, okay, these are my thoughts. Help me organize them. And AI does that. Oh, who knew? That's awesome. Anyways. So yeah, I'm advocating for more people to embrace the now. But sometimes you have to do the trauma healing first, and you have to do, an introduction to self-awareness and what it is to raise your vibration. A lot of that sometimes needs an intro course before you can get to the now part. This is, for me, I'm at the now part, but I've been doing trauma therapy for 2 years, and I spent the last 6 months just focused on raising my vibration, which meant becoming the embodiment of love, essentially. For me, that's how that went. But now I'm at a place where I want to start living in the now as much as I possibly can, and only adopt time, psychological time as well as clock time, as Eckhart Tolle likes to describe it. I only want to use those things when I absolutely need to. I freaking hate time anyways. It never worked right for me. So, yeah. Anyways, I hope you guys had a great day. I had a great day. I'm going to go feed my kids some burritos that I got while I was downtown. And yeah, burritos made just at Subway, right? Dude, I think I kind of like that part of the city where there's all these different food places. I'm going to have to be careful I don't spend too much money on food. Anyways, have a great day, guys. Bye.